complaining about, what do you call it? Diablo 4, and I said that if I was complaining so much about Diablo 4, I really should just play Diablo 2 if I've got like such a problem with it and stuff. Sorry. But what are you doing? You're devastated. No, it's fine. Yeah, no, I've pretty much like sorted out what I do and don't want to play. Like, if I wanted to play something and it was something that I couldn't afford, I'd put it on my wish list. You guys would know that I'm interested in playing it at some point and want to remember to get it and stuff. If it's not like listed on there, it's because I'm not that interested in getting it. And if I happen to come across it sometime in the future and I'm interested, then maybe I'll get it if I can afford it. But that's not one that I'm interested in. Pretty much also any kind of space game. That's why, like, when they brought out the newest, the grav ships with RimWorld, I was completely not interested because I'm not interested in, like, you know, RimWorld in space, you know, or just games in space in general. It just doesn't interest me. You guys know me. If it doesn't interest me, nothing can, like, make me want to play it. Nuke's gonna work on that one. Get you up here. Instead of doing that, how about you go cremate and you go work on that one? I think we've allocated this. Yeah, we allocated that. They should be bringing corpses up to here, but they're bringing it all down to bottom, I guess, because of where it is. But they're bringing in basically all the corpses anyway, and everybody's getting upset about that. Josh is in a trap. How are we going? Wildlife is good. Polar bears being replenished. Cats still existing. Okay, so putting them in the cryosleep casket basically preserved the cat. So I was wondering if it would hit a point where it was like starving or something, and it is not. So I put one in and I left two out with the view that I didn't know what the pod would do. And now I know. So that is useful. Murderous rage because Keelon. Of course, because Keelon. Mate, I think you're going towards the hospital, which, no, not cool. I don't know why you dropped a corpse there, though. Let's grab somebody else. You can go cremating. And nobody's kind of catching up to you, so off you go. So once we've got everybody inside, I'm hoping that they're only doing, like, the corpses of colonists. I realize that these ones might not be. Let me just make sure that they're on not strangers. Also, I guess I should let them catch up to that particular colonist. There we go. Because I don't want them to waste time cremating people that we don't care about. So this should force them to bring in everybody, but also actually, like, use them. So Cantress is using that. Alex is using that. Nobody's using that one. Beatrice is using that. Nuke's using that one. That one's a bit far away, but Kill's using it. And you guys hit a trap. They are supposed to be, like, disassembling the corridor and stuff. Like, I didn't need to tell them to do this, but at the same time, like, it's a little bit easier for them to move around and passage around again now that we don't have the traps in here. What's that? Simple meal. Nice. 60 simple meals for them. And because it's winter, everything's freezing, so it's preserving. Kind of wouldn't have minded doing this all throughout winter. Could have been cool. But, kind of also glad that we didn't. Keelan's working on that one. Beatrice is working on that. Because, like, winter could have had, like, hypothermia and stuff. Although winter would have had less likely to have fires. Okay, Days, Tantrum, Keelan, Catatonic. Alright, I need you guys to be able to go and get all your corpses and bring them in. I also need to make sure that they're all set to allowed. They're starting to cremate them. Nice. This list should get much smaller. That sounded like Slaughterer. Alright, hold on. I'm guessing you're going for the Mega Sloth, which is choices. Maybe? No, the polar bears. Why do they hate the polar bears? They really fucking hate the polar bears. Is it because it's a fucking nuke polar bear or what? Don't do it, mate. Oh, mate. Mate. You don't get to live with that one. You shouldn't have done it. No, he's down, but he's not dead. There you go. Alright. And, yeah, what is it? Belladonna. That's a hell of a name for a polar bear, but I guess I don't exactly have names for polar bears, so yeah. Oh man. Like I said, I don't know how many people are going to be alive at the end of this. I'm really curious to find out. I'm not doing a count now because, like, they're still actively tantruming and dying and stuff. At least they have food. They've got food now, and we have meat and shit. We've almost finished cremating everyone. Nuke died. She perished. And basically everybody that's, like, mentally wandering isn't going to get into the thing either. So... food binge, Josh. K2, Murderous Rage, we'll deal with you in a sec. Keelan's working on that. And they're all being worked on. I'm just making sure that people are working on things that I need them to be working on. You're going Murderous Rage. So, again, let's wake up everybody. And off you go. Hopefully I didn't grab the one that's doing the thing. There is a exotic goods trader. Okay, hold on. My person that can do talking died, so let's go find who our new top talker is. Cannon is still alive. Holy shit. That's impressive. Don't need pigs. We don't need medicine. Don't need components at this point. Probably need fucking some medicine. A psychic soup pulsar would be great. How about I trade these? And there's like basically like nothing else. There's a still small statue. You can have our gold because you've got a lot of money, and might as well drop that down a bit. Okay, so they basically like have no food to trade us. We could cull their animals, but this will give us like a shit ton of stuff. That's still a little bit too much. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Holy crap. So once we've got wherever the fuck the medicine decided to land, we'll have some Glitter World medicines. So some people will get some kind of level of tending. It should be automatically allowed, I'm pretty sure. Wherever it dropped, it should be up here somewhere, I think. There's a gun, there's some food. I don't know where the thing dropped, but that's okay. If they got it into storage, they got it into storage. We nearly got all the corpses. And what have we got? We got a simple meal. Nice. Got some more simple meals in here for everyone. And we got a couple of dazes. We've got somebody's idol. Fire starting spree. That's fine. So let's see. Animal filth. Needs warm clothes. Medical treatment needed. Yeah, I'm sure. There is not a lot of animals left. I need more nutrient paste. I need psychic soothes if I could. Psychic soothes, maybe a clean. Just like stuff to make them happy. What I like on my pizza? That's a loaded question, a waiver. So probably like a decade ago, I was very much a ham and pineapple pizza lover, particularly like a deep dish, not like an American deep dish, but an Australian like fluffy like dish kind of, you know, pizza. And then I couldn't eat meat, and so therefore for a long time I couldn't eat like pizza from restaurants and stuff. And so yeah, I kind of went more like cheese pizza. And when I could get a cheese pizza from a restaurant, because it's typically, because I couldn't eat meat because of my Crohn's, right, I'd normally have to like order under the sort of guise of like more so being particular and vegetarian-ish sort of thing. And so yeah, I'd get a thin, super thin crispy one, which is basically like almost paper thin pizza that has like super molten like crispy cheese on it and stuff, and that was amazing. And yeah, that would be kind of my go-to for like the last decade, was just a plain cheese pizza. And then now that I can eat meat again, I'm been kind of like trying different stuff. There's a lot of them that's just kind of like blah. Like, they're not good pizzas. I think I got into like spicy vegetarian pizza at one point a few years ago. That was still pretty good. So like, plus I also don't get to like buy pizza much. I get frozen pizza a lot, like, you know, Woolies pizza. And so I normally just put like a heap of like cayenne pepper or chili on the pizza and then cook it with a little bit of extra cheese and stuff. That's normally what I do. But I'd say spicy vegetarian has been my go-to for the last decade. The decade before that was basically like ham and pineapple. And I'd say that like you can never really go wrong with a thin and crispy, like, you know, molten hot cheese, but it's got to be fresh, you know? So it's kind of how I feel about that. Prophet Mate, can you do some cremating? Because we've still got a couple of people here left. Also, a loaded question means that there's, well, I don't know the exact definition, but it normally means that there's a lot of information, or there's like a heavy answer, or a lot to that question, like both in why it could be asked and in how it is answered, and like backstory stuff, if that answers that, you know. So yeah, the free event or the item. Preferably the event, because if they could feel happier, that would be better. I also am pretty sure I bought a soothe thing, but I don't fucking know where it is. Hey, I'm trying to find it. I don't think they put it elsewhere. I bought it and I didn't get it, or somebody's already kicked it. I don't know. I don't see it in here. What I could do is I could say, because I was pretty sure I said that they could only put it on this. If I move this up here, and I made sure that these are not allowed to have, not the mortars, artifacts. Yeah, they're not allowed to put these here at all. There we go. That's going to calm down some people. Thank you, Gecko. Get rid of that. I do not know where the soothe hopper that I bought went. It existed somewhere. It also looks like we might have cremated all of our people finally. So yeah, I might reduce the home zone and bring them all back in if I can, and that way we can stop collecting stuff. I'll forbid everything outside. I'll bring it back in. We'll open up the thing and we'll look at trying to stack some people. We'll also do a count too, I guess. Do you have set to where they can't eat packaged 5 meals? I don't know. I don't have any exclusion on food. This particular run, I let them have whatever the fuck they wanted. Food, clothes, drugs, whatever. Same with like medical, everything. There was no restrictions on this one. And yeah, I've been humbled by some shit again. So once again, there is many good reasons why I don't use a lot of stuff, and I'm super glad that I kind of stuck to them. So as long as everybody is set to, I should be able to bring the animals out soon, and I should be able to force everybody into the home zone, and that should make them want to come out. And everybody that's dying, you're going to get no doctor's care. You are going to get euthanized by cut. Let's get rid of the people that are downed. Euthanized by cut. Actually, the one that I said don't medical care, they may have a problem. So wait, how can cheese be crispy on a pizza? Usually a cheese gets crispy when it spills some on the toaster. So the thing is, like, Australian pizzas are very different than like international pizzas, to what I understand. So for instance, a deep dish pizza to us is probably like about the equivalent of maybe the thickness of 2 slices of bread stacked on top of each other. They're not very intense. You have like this, like a thick kind of fluffy dough, and then you have like a little bit of sauce and a little bit of cheese and a little bit of like toppings, whatever you've ordered and stuff, right? If you've got toppings. And a thin pizza is like about the kind of height of like a slice of bread, kind of one height, but a thin and crispy is like half the thickness height of a slice of bread. It's really closer to like a piece of like cardboard kind of thickness, just above paper kind of thing. It's very, very thin. So all it has is like the dough doesn't rise, it stays flat, kind of like, if you could imagine like more like a pita bread kind of thing, or like a tortilla kind of thing. Imagine that with like a bit of sauce and a little bit of cheese on it, and then it's sent through like the grill at whatever these stores do, right? That's like super, super close to them. It's super, super hot. So it ends up being like really nice and crispy and shit. But the thing is that you can only, it's only really good when it's like just like freshly cooked, you know? It's fine later. It's just, it's the best when it's like freshly cooked because it's so hot. It's going to absolutely just like, you know, scald your skin off kind of thing, you know? Not that that's like a prerequisite for like food, but I'm just saying that like once it's cold, it's okay, you know? 2 nutrient paste meals, nice. Trying to get anybody that's in a wandering state is getting killed. Anybody that is actively downed is also getting killed. That particular lenser died. So whoever we have left after this, I probably should have done like a mid count and then done a thing. But as long as people are still cremating, it's fine. Can't, because no corpses, that's fine. I'm just trying to take out the people that are not going to be getting up for this. To like, I could move them into it, but I'm not going to, you know. Yeah, what else? Also, wait, how can cheese? Oh no, I saw that. Yeah, so it's not like the same kind of thing you get overseas with our pizzas and stuff. Like if I was going to do a pizza at home, like it would be somewhere between the thickness of like a deep dish and a, like, I don't know, like a thin, but not a thin and crispy. Thin and crispy is like essentially just using like a tortilla wrap kind of thing, you know? That would be about the equivalent of it. But yeah, I don't know if Australia, I think Sydney might have places where you can get like a like American kind of deep dish, where I think you guys refer to it as like a pie or something like that, where it's like more like the depth of like a pie tin kind of thing. And I think that one you put the sauce on top of the cheese, if I recall right, which means that you get gooey cheese instead of crispy cheese and stuff. Is it all pizza is pie? No, it's not. Definitely not when you get like thin and crispy. Like I've seen like people do like eating challenges and shit, and like overseas and crap, and they're not like the. Where are you taking that? They're not like the same. Also, like Australian pizzas used to be bigger. I don't know how big they used to be, but they used to be bigger, and we what do you call it? They've been kind of getting smaller and smaller for at least the last like 2 decades, but that's kind of normal with most foods. You're probably not going to get up after that either. So I know everybody's going to get upset because I'm euthanizing a whole heap of people because they're basically already downed, and the only way that they're going to be getting into a thing is if I carry them over there, which we're not going to do. So I also don't have that many pods, so it's not like I can, you know, food binge. Also, everybody that's in a food binge is also going to get hit as well. So, denies by cut. Was it catatonic, Lord Grim? Oh, Grim. Mate, you just had to not for like a minute, and then we could have taken you with us. Because everybody who's catatonic, even if it's myself, if I get to catatonic, then yeah, we don't get out of here. I was going to use my Psychic Soothe Popper to make everybody happy so that we weren't as upset by this shit. There goes Kilon. That's classic Kilon. But, yeah. I don't know where it went, so I can't. So, I don't know. I just don't know where it fucking landed. If I could just spot it, then I'd use it. But it came with, like, other shit, so I'm really surprised that it's not, like, obvious. There's another Kilon being murderous, which is fine. All the Kilons that are being murderous are gonna, like, just weed themselves out, you know? Get you. This particular Kilon can keep. You can't do corpse stuff, that's fine. That Kilon resolved their issue. And this one's good to go, basically. I can see them in the pile. They're going to get euthanized as well. Euthanized by cut. Okay. I don't know who's still at attention where. You guys, go back to what you're doing. Okay, Prophet, can I get you to cremate for a moment? And I can't cremate you. There's a Keylon that's in a mental state. You're already set up. There's Death the Lord Grim. There's K2. You're already cremated. You're in a mental state. Some of these might come out of the mental state, but it's unlikely. You know, you're also set up for it. You're going to get set up for it as well. In my area, we have like 9 different pizza shops. I mean, we used to have like 5 different varieties in like Queensland. But in saying that, like most of them got like shut down at some point before I don't know, hit adulthood. So I don't know. We only have we have 2 major ones and we have like the others kind of thing, which are normally family run niche ones kind of thing. That sounds like somebody went slaughter, but that's okay. We'll sort them out as well. I gotta get you guys to stop killing yourselves for like 5 minutes so that we can open up the thing and then pop the place. You're also going to be euthanized by cut once you're down. What was that? Chem fuels. I mean, that would have been great 3 hours ago, Keelan. I needed that 3 hours ago. You could have potentially have kicked something and like, you know, set up the entire base to go kaboom, but didn't. Okay. So, I need them to open this, but I need them to stop having, like, mental breaks. Let us grab you. There we go. Get you out of here. So, I'm also trying to get them to... You are moving like a sloth. Let's get you cremating somebody. You're also moving super slow. And let's get you moving. Alright. And this... I guess somebody's recovered the body already? Maybe? Nope, nobody recovered the body. Okay, euthanized by cut. Simple meal. Nice. And some nanites. Nice. That should heal up everyone. At this point, if you are able to, I would recommend spamming the shit out of the psychic suits, because the ladies have currently got it, the guys do not. And we need to kind of take out a few people so that we can get going, you know. So I need them to calm the fuck down so that we can leave, ideally. Stop trying to strip yourselves, you bastards. Every time I turn around, somebody's like ready to like remove the pants. So you guys, whole body's malnutrition. For fuck's sake, there is no way we are out of food again. Euthanized by cut. I want to open this, but I don't want them to get access to where the fucking cats are. Because I feel like they're just going to kill the cats, you know? So, do that. Actually, don't do that. Just hold it open. So, mate, can you just, can you walk over here? Once this is open, they're probably going to bum rush the food. I hope. Food binge, mycene, that isn't going to happen. Because you're going to get euthanized by cut. Everybody's getting malnutrition again, so yeah, maybe we actually do need food. I thought that they had enough, again, but apparently what they have is not enough. And I have opened it up to be that they can get access to where the cats are, which I'm not thrilled about. So they should be wanting this food. They should be all, like, rushing this. I might say that they could, like, get rid of some of this, but I just want them to go get food and, like, calm down for a second. What else we got in here? Mental state. Carrying simple meal. No. I see you pigging out over here. That hasn't been allowed. That's what that problem is. Let's grab you lot. You guys got to go and beat up that particular Keylon so that we can euthanize them. I have like no reason to specifically like kill off all my colonists and shit. But if they're downed, I'm trying to like save some shit and like get us out of here, essentially. You guys will get them down. Where's the one that's like psychotically wandering over there? Okay, I need you guys to go help with that. There we go. Alright, tantrum, death, that's fine. I need you to be basically culled, because if they're kind of just wandering around, they're going to keep eating food. Euthanized by cut. Alright, we're going to send a little squad out here to get you guys dead. Hopefully. Like, I have, like, animals in the area, right? It's just that, none of them are doing the thing. Also, the door is open for the cats, and that's, that ain't gonna happen, mate. I can see where this is gonna go to. Josh has died. You guys go back to what you're doing. This one's gonna be euthanized as well. It's already no medical stuff. Euthanize. Death and awaiting operation and stuff. Yeah, there's going to be a few people probably awaiting operation because there's a few people kind of busy. If I can get you to cremate, I need some people to fucking be cremating at this point. Lenza can go cremate. Insulting spree. Josh. Cannot because no corpse. Okay, you guys over here. Did you guys even, like, try to attack them properly? I need you to, A, shoot down that particular Keelon. We'll take out the other one. We'll take out these two. You lot, because you're not going to go shooting, you could go over there. And you lot can go and fight that Keelon. There we go. Also, there'll be a small group that's going to go and attack that one. Smoke leaf, that's fine. Assaulting spree. Alright, so once they're down, they should potentially get culled out. Off you guys go. Go back in here, and I guess you guys could go and attack that one, at least like knock them out. I know that once they break something, they will be over their tantrum, but they're actively breaking the cooler. It's keeping the fucking little food that we have like refrigerated. Oh, Pacey, yes. At this point, yes, but also psychic soothes. So, food and soothes. You are going to be cut. You're going to be euthanized. If you weren't already. Okay. I don't know how many of these people were doctors that I've also, like, removed. Apparently I gave up. That's not how this works. Where the fuck am I? Where am I? In here somewhere. There I am. And there we go. Alright, cool. A simple meal. Alright, cool. If they can reach it, they can have it. I kind of wish it would kind of drop some of the more important shit in here. How are they going with their food? They're down to like 900 odd. I kind of need them to like get the fuck away from their stuff. Smoke leaf, that's fine. I need you guys to stop being in attention and go and get some people sorted out. Are you are binging on smoke leaf, nutrient paste meal, nice. And it's just outside the door, which is good. I think the other thing too is there's a whole bunch of people that are like possibly stuck at attention. And yeah, I kind of wish that we could have got that fucking soothe popper thing. I just don't know where the fuck it went. I don't think anybody had a chance to drop it. I just think that it dropped somewhere that wasn't visible, you know? I'm sending a lot of nutrient paste. They've been eating a lot of nutrient paste. That's been the problem. Before you go rest, can you carry... No, you ain't carrying them to that. Like fucking hell you are. Let's see. They're not carrying them to a bed because they don't have medical care. Is this what's slowing us down now? No, you got medical care. You don't. That's fine. We can resolve this. We can resolve this without, like, specifically, like, doing a cut euthanize. Let's get rid of you too. And then when you guys are done, you can go do that. And that will get rid of most of them. And then there's a few people still around that's probably still alive. I'm looking for people that are like green or like Josh or green. I don't know if we're coming for you, but we are now. Nuke is also... Somebody's punching a fucking rhino. Why are you guys beating up a fucking rhino? Oh, it's gone Manhunter. Yeah, that makes sense. I probably killed its master. Well, good luck. None of them have guns at this point. I do not need guns. The problem is that they've all like dropped them and stuff. So my scene's gone out here too. We are basically down to how many fucking people? We have about 90 odd, which we're only going to be able to take about 50 odd, honestly. And I need them to kind of like stop sort of fucking off, essentially. I need you guys to go and like grab a different room, right? I need you guys to go grab a room up near people. You mustn't be able to walk or something. Yeah, hold on. You are catatonic. We didn't spot you sooner. So, out of the people that we've got here, you're downed in a way that can't walk. You're downed, also euthanized by cut. Death, yep. Euthanized by cut for that one. Okay. So basically anybody that can't walk, that's got this line through them, they're down, they're not going to get carted off. I'm also trying to get rid of obviously like anybody that's just kind of like gonna be psychotically like wandering for like a while and stuff. I also do think that like the cats at least have been safe by being in here, and we do have food in there, but like they're